Senator Merkley and I were in Roseburg last Friday and will be headed back home tomorrow. The roll call of American gun tragedies is already far, far too long. Thurston, Columbine, Blacksburg, Tucson, Newtown, Aurora, Charleston, and now Roseburg. The victims and their families deserve better than a Congress that shrugs its shoulders and waits for the next tragedy. They deserve action. We here today agree on 3 principles for action. Principles which most Americans can agree on. Principles which will do more to keep guns out of the hands of criminals. Principles that do not infringe on the rights of responsible gun owners. First, the loopholes in background checks must be closed. It is past time to stop allowing the purchase of a gun online or at a gun show without a background check. Second, the background checks themselves must be substantially improved. Even for gun sales that are subject to background checks, there are still too many holes and too many flaws in the system. These holes have to be plugged, including those that keep guns in the hands of convicted domestic abusers. Third, close once and for all the pipeline for illegal guns. Straw purchasing and gun trafficking should be federal crimes. Congress must not deny law enforcement the tools it needs to stop the flood of illegal weapons across state lines. These ideas would make a real difference in stopping gun violence, but they won't become law without an outcry from the American people. So today is a call to action, an invitation to all who believe our country can do more. We now know these changes haven't started in Washington, D.C. They've got to start in our communities. These 3 ideas are reasonable. They're common sense. They ought to have bipartisan support. History tells us that to enact them into law, there must be a groundswell of urgency from Americans pushing their elected officials to act. We will seek the support of the American people for these common sense provisions, and when their voices are heard loud and clear, we will introduce a bill and force a vote on the floor of the United States Senate. Today, we call on Americans from Roseburg to Blacksburg to speak with one voice. End the complacency. It's time to take action against gun violence.